Why do people claim looks and money don't matter for relationships, while they most certainly do? You're both correct and wrong in my opinion. What you're correct in: yes, money, social status may play a part in a relationship. Historically, people married for influence. For example, I'm prince of country A. I want country B's resources. I'll marry country B's princess. The more money, improved social status increases your options. So you're able to choose whatever you want. Similar to a job employer. If they are a good employer and offer good benefits, they will receive a large number of candidates. Able to pick whoever they want. Kinda both correct and incorrect here. Someone being poor may not necessarily be the reason for a lack of romantic success. What is poor? We all have our own definition as what poor is. $80,000, $100,000, $200,000 plus? Take your pick. Someone with lots of debt, however not attempting to improve their financial situation, is seen as more of a liability. This leads into the desire for self-improvement. Attractive attributes are usually seen as attractive qualities. Generally, the one attractive attribute that leads into every other attribute is self-improvement. The willingness to improve yourself. If you go to gym, study, eat healthy, dress well, practice good hygiene, put effort into social skills, focus on career progression, you are more desirable to people and they are more willing to hang out with you. What you're wrong in. Depending on where, how you find a partner will influence the type of people you're meeting. If you use Tinder, you're more likely to meet people who judge based off looks, money, and disregard you immediately otherwise. If on the other hand you met someone through a hobby, say a sport, you're more likely to form a quality relationship before forming a romantic relationship. By forming a quality relationship, you're more likely to ensure the continuing of such a relationship if it does turn into a romantic one. The current expectation of forming quality relationships without substantial mutual experiences makes no sense with me. I could expand more, but I think most of what I said is easily understood. Let me know if you have any disagreements, etc. If everyone who was poor and ugly couldn't get into relationships, there would be like millions less people in the world. Getting into a relationship is literally just luck and timing in the US. Money and looks are a given. But that alone doesn't mean that a couple is compatible. Just do what feels right. I think when people say, looks don't matter, it's not literal. It's more like, looks aren't everything. People are dynamic. And to think a relationship can ride solely on look or money is illogical. Hence where the saying comes from. Because people don't want to come across as superficial. What people truly want and what people tell others they want don't always match up. For each and every person, they have their own opinion and preference, which they are allowed to have. Looks do matter because if you're not physically attracted to somebody, that is a part of said relationship. I've always looked at money like this. I have been literally dead fucking broke where I had to pick between paying rent, buying food for my wife and daughter or paying for my wife's needed to live medical supplies. Sure, people save money, don't buy happiness. But I guarantee you, if I did not have any issue with affording anything at that time, I would have been 20 billion times happier than I was. Say as you wish, but money can and does buy happiness, just not in the sense most people perceive it. Like for instance, right now, if I had money to pay my house off and everything else in life, my life would be 100% happier because there would be no worry at all about finances. I think everyone has different priorities in a partner. You'll see some people who prioritize money and looks, and some that value other things more. Not that it doesn't matter, but that it's not everything. I would want my partner to maintain employment and have teeth. People like to be shallow without admitting it. Take another look at the history of mankind. Do we strike you generally as ones who actually know what we want? Looks matter. Sadly, dating apps, if not attractive, you're skipped. I tried dating apps. Not many replies. In person I can get them to like me for me, and according to them I am cute looking, but I am not confident I am, but looks matter. As for money, depends. It is patronizing and unrealistic. People are so weirdly afraid to admit these things are important to them for fear of coming off as a jerk. Looks and money absolutely matter. Especially money. How are you supposed to see a future with someone if they are broke and have no ambition to change that? It doesn't make for a good future. Especially if you want to have children. I can't speak about Pakistan. But here, money isn't as big of a factor. Yeah, I'd like my man to be able to support himself and not mooch off. But my attitude has always been money rarely matters for me when dating. Why? Because if I want money, I can get it myself. Women are allowed to work. We aren't shamed for working. I don't want to be a mooch either. Our culture, Canada, sees it as shameful to be a mooch. So yes, in my experience, money rarely matters. The difference between a guy making $50K and $100K while is a lot. It again hardly matters to me and my friends. If the dude had a great personality, I would take the $50K man over $100K with shit personality. Now the difference between making $10K versus $60K. Of course I'd take the $60K. Not necessarily because I want his money. It's the same difference between $50K and $100K. But because it does show he's not gonna mooch of me. For context, our poverty line is $20K. Now looks. That's rather subjective. But let's say in my eyes you are a 5. I'd rather a 5 with a stunning personality than a 10 with a personality like, say, Hitler. So does looks matter? Yes, there are cultural universalities, i.e. maybe in Pakistan ladies generally like tall men. That can help you. But again, it isn't like if you are short you are suddenly ignored. Being nice helps. Of course. I am speaking from my culture. Again, don't know about you. They matter. To a degree. Like, I don't expect my boyfriend to make tons of money. Just have a job. Any job really. And be trying. And I don't expect him to be 6 feet tall and perfectly fit. Just take care of himself. Shower regularly. And just generally try to look his best. I'm certainly not wealthy or a 10 out of 10, so I certainly don't expect my partner to be either. But I mean, that's me. I've also met plenty of people with wildly unreasonable expectations for what they want their partner to look like or make money-wise. But those are usually people you'd want to avoid dating anyways. I genuinely have never looked at looks in a relationship. I understand that I have biases that are out of my control. But this whole, has to be over 6 feet, has to be skinny with big boobs thing baffles me. Why would anyone give up a great person because they were short? If you click with someone, why does it matter what they look like? It certainly gives attention and the better first impression, if you are good looking and have money. But yay. That's about it. Especially money is only influencing to an extent. Most people are happy enough with people that just earn enough to live life. Obviously, if you are living on welfare and do nothing, well, that is a turn-off for most people. If there ain't any confidence, ain't any shared humor, any shared interests, well, then it becomes obvious that the relationship won't last and is only a placeholder for both people. One will realize that faster than the other in most cases. Some people, as sad as it sounds, are just in a relationship just to fit in. Not majority, but I have met 1 to 2 people that are those kind of people. And well, some people just like the fact that stuff is kinda safe in a relationship. Unless you are a very envious, jealous person, you have the feeling of safety. Even if it's a faked FCKED up version of this feeling if you are not really compatible. I see what you are saying, but I think the message is that of compatibility and class. It is not just about money and looks. I could be a rich attractive person dating another rich attractive person. If this person is in my same class, then money and looks do not matter as much. If they have a garbage personality, then why would I want to be with them? What is this person offering me that I don't already have? Now if I am a rich attractive person dating someone who is neither rich nor attractive, then I must look at what else they can offer. Right? It's a selfish act to date someone. Individuals tend to ask what they are getting out of the situation. So what can you offer someone if not wealth or looks? You might find success if you are wealthy but ugly, or attractive but poor. If you are both, then you should find someone who can value what else you have to offer. Please bear in mind that looks are subjective and wealth can be too, depending on your perspective of class. Edit. I hate to make it sound so transactional, but I think that is what it boils down to. Edit 2. Love exists out of selfish wants, desires, expectations and bonds of other people. I feel like this argument keeps resonating in an echo chamber. Those who can't accept look and money, L&M, do matter, but only to a degree. Will keep circle jerking. People say L&M do not matter, but they both do, because I've really never heard this discussion coming from someone else. And the response is always what you expect to be. Of course it matters. But not to everyone. Not everywhere. Not every when. Not every how. I know plenty of ugly and broken people. I'm the first of them. With a successful romantic life. Depends on who they are trying to date. I see poor people having lots of luck all the time. With each other. I knew a woman who I really liked. We worked together. She was not very attractive. Had a few extra pounds. I was in my mid-20s. The more I fell for her, the more attractive she became. I liked her curves. Still like women with curves because of her. Once we became romantically involved and all the other fantastic things about her came through. I thought she was very pretty. Great smile. Laughed at my goofy humor. She was sexy as hell too. Years later I was in a relationship with a woman who was very attractive. Gorgeous dark brown eyes. Great body. She turned out to be the ugliest woman I ever knew. She was an alcoholic. Couldn't trust her or count on her. Emotionally abusive. Did not like men. Everything was always my fault. Or because of how the ex treated her or her father treated her. Master at gaslighting. I actually thought I was a psycho crazy jealous guy because it upset me when we would go out and she'd pretend she didn't know me and hit on a bunch of guys. Give out her phone number and flip out when I wouldn't let her leave with them. Said I was trying to cage her. Suffocate her. We were in a relationship. She had 3 young children I was helping to raise. We lived together. I worked. She stayed home with the kids. She had child support, but my income was 100% in. She pushed me out and convinced others I was going to become physically abusive. I was a control freak. She chewed me up and spit me out. There wasn't one part of me left undamaged. I didn't date for years because I saw myself as the unworthy psycho she convinced me I was. I didn't want to subject a woman to me. Plus it hurt really bad losing contact with the kids. I didn't want to feel anything ever again. Moral of the story. Beauty is only skin deep. Looks are highly subjective. If you date a woman because of her looks, you're cheating yourself. Especially when her looks is all she brings to the table. Take the time to see a person's beauty before rushing into sexual attraction. Money? I believe money is security. When someone says money is not important, I wonder if they mean wealth isn't important. When money isn't coming in the door, love can go out the window. If you find yourself ugly and want to date an attractive person and the person denies, ask yourself, why won't you date an unattractive person? I'm not judging you and saying that it's you. What I'm saying is that most persons think only for their own gains when it comes to relationships. If you take a poll, I bet you that 99% would rather date an attractive person.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.